Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. I'm at the point now, I can't lie, just sell Holding and Chambers, man. I like both of them. I believe there's something in both of them, but we're not going to develop them. We're just going to waste time. We're going to keep dangling this carrot of unfulfilled potential. Both of the players, whether they would go on to win stuff or join a better or worse club, it'd be best if you just go, because you'll excel your career, to be honest. It's no coincidence that Callum Chambers, for example, looked a much better player, playing under someone that knows how to defend, playing under someone that cherishes defending, playing under an ex-centre-half, unlike Wenger, who was a centre-half, that wants to teach centre-halves. He had a great partnership with Ben Gibson. The only time he was really out the side when he got that injury, I believe, against Spurs, and he was out for a month. But he got his confidence back, and he was looking like that player in the first season at Arsenal. Chambers hasn't improved of visible note. I mean, when you consider that previously in his academy days, he's played central midfield for central midfield and on the flanks for England and Southampton. He's very new to being a centre half. From the minute he came to this club, man should have said, okay, he hasn't had long as a centre half. Let's tailor a program. Let's teach him the basics. Let's teach him positioning. Let's teach him thinking ahead. Let's teach him when to put a foot in. Let's teach him when not to make a tackle, because that's an important thing about being a defender. You can't always win the ball. Things of this nature. The ball playing and stuff, he's got that in abundance. But these are the sort of things, and he hasn't been taught. He's been many a times in his first season before that, he was hung out to dry. He was thrown in the side with no support. We all know what Montero did for him. He doesn't look any better. I can't understand why you rejected 20 million from Palace on the basis that you're not trying to improve a man. You just got him on the bench. Realistically, he's never going to get ahead of Koscielny and Mustafi, which is why you should loan man out if they're not going to realistically play. He's had some injuries. It hasn't been a good season for him. I'm sure whether he could do it or not, he wanted to go to the World Cup on the basis that, I'm not saying Joe Gomez, I think Joe Gomez is better than him, but on the basis that Joe Gomez, a young centre-half, could go to the World Cup because he's playing a lot until recently. I believe he's had an injury for Liverpool. You could do the same if you go and play football. Callum Chambers Southgate definitely knows who you and Rob Holding are. He worked with you in under 21s level. When you're rejecting 20 million for Chambers and you're saying that Holding is a very good centre half and you're protecting him, I can't understand why you're not doing more to develop them. And I mean, when you've seen that 20 million for Chambers, you've seen 15, 20 for Holding, that's around 40 million. If you can raise 40 million and go splash it on a proper centre half that can defend, or you don't want to coach, then why not? I want to keep them both. I love both of them, in particular Rob Holding, but Holding is probably behind. I mean, Holding be ahead of Chambers in the pecking order for me, but when you actually how they defend, Holding is behind him. Like Holding at times doesn't show a brain. Like sometimes I've deeped it, Holding don't have a brain. Like many a times, if he doesn't realise the run of a striker, the striker will make a run for will pull in deep and then run beyond him when the ball comes. He doesn't recognise that, and he gets hoodwinked just time and time again. So being able to smell your defender and research your defender and learn about your defender quickly in a game is vital. If he's fast, drop off a couple of yards. If you and when to push up and things. Even in regards to pushing up, you saw him yesterday. He's pushing up and he's leaving Chambers exposed, and Chambers is getting a lot of stick for it. Chambers was getting ripped same way, but Holding, yeah, he made an excellent, good slide tackle in the second half. But these are the sort of things Holding needs to polish out of his game. He's at the period where he needs to play to learn. That's the only way you're going to learn. You're not going to learn just watching. He's not going to get games, so loan him out. I've got a lot of time for Holding, but I'm at the point, like, I'm tired of dangling this carrot as an Arsenal fan. I'm putting my heart through it, of seeing players that show a bit of potential and can be worked with, and just keep holding on to that season after season. We don't want to develop players. We clearly can't develop players in this regard at the moment, man. Like, even on the last show, there's a lot of, like, Holding's incredibly naive. He showed promise. You saw him in the FA Cup final. You've seen him have good games, but even against United at the Emirates, you've seen him have good games, but he's got to develop. He's got to be taught. He's got to be tailored to a program. Like, I'm pretty sure Sean Dyche would have him defending way better than this. Look how Sean Dyche had Michael Keane moving. But yeah, man, like, I feel sorry for them, man, Carl. When they're thrown in more times, they hardly get any football. And when they're thrown in teams that are heavily rotated and just come on a joke thing. When they look around, I'm not excusing their poor play, because both of them have been poor in several incidences. But when they're looking around for some sort of galvanization from senior players, the senior players are playing arguably worse than them. Like, I mean, other teams, if they had two young English centre-halves that could potentially be the future of the club, or for England if we had it our way, you'd think they'd be coaching them. Instead, we've got them on the Arsenal official channel, one's blindfolding another and then putting random objects for him to feel and feel and stuff. Like, it don't make sense. It don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. It's cruel. What's the point? The reality is, yeah, Koscielny's got another season or two at best. But BFG's done. We need a centre half either way. So we should be looking at it. Mustafi on the basis that he's got his prime ahead of him. Mustafi's there. Bielik getting brought through. Another one being messed around. Bielik coming through. Chambers and Holding, and then you bring in a proper centre half. That's five. That's five centre half. That's five. To be fair, that's quite a lot of centre halves. To be honest with you, that's five defenders. You don't really need that, but you get the point. And then you've got the young Greek centre half. I can't say his name, but he actually looks decent. Good ball playing with both feet. I didn't realise how big he was physically and height wise. But yeah, man, there's not much more to be said, guys. Deluded Guna, YouTube's and Golo Kante. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.